Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Amirul Hadi bin Irama Ilaisud. My registration number is 25DDT19F1056. So today I will explain about assessment PBT presentation set A. So CLO demonstrate professional ethics in managing vulnerabilities, attacks and defense mechanism in common network. So this is a 5.2 differentiate the type of log file used in security monitoring. So this is a section A. So this is the topology for section A. So the objective is have three objectives. Part 1, show the result of a capture log file. Part 2, interpret result output of AAA user access logging. Part 3, discuss and share opinion about the net flow information. So the required resources is packet tracer 8.002 and packet tracer file from lab 5.2 logging from multiple source. So this is a problem-based task question and is a related assessment task done by student. Now, section A, part 1. Show the result of the capture or log file. So we go to the topology. So based on this topology, step 1, we must go to the syslog and turn on it. So before we go to the syslog server, the meaning of syslog is the system logging protocol, and it is a standard protocol to send a system log and store message in one server, and that is why we call a system log server for syslog. So step 1, we must go to the syslog and go to the services and go to the syslog and turn on it. Now we close. Now we will verify for EIGRP packet on R1. We go to R1, enable, and then we must put the command is a debug EIGRP packet. Debug EIGRP packet. Enter. Now we can see this is a hello message, and inside the hello message is have a router. Now we go close and go to the syslog and go to the syslog. As we can see, syslog already saved the log from the R1, which means hello message. So for my opinion, two technician can easily troubleshoot any problem at the syslog server. Example, error or suspicious access and something like that. Section A, part 2. Interpret result output of AA user access login. So we go to the topology. So for part 2, we must refer to this lab. So part 2, we must log user access. So we will use a AA account. So AA account means authentication, authorization, and accounting is the meaning of AAA. So this we use at a syslog server, and then we must go to the desktop. We must go to the desktop, and then we can see AA accounting. We just click it. So AA accounting don't have a data because we don't have a logout or login record. So we just close. So AA accounting will save if we have a login or logout, so it will save at syslog as a record. So we just go to R2 and then we must put a username and password. So based on the lab, the password and the username is analyst and save out. So the username is analyst. Enter. And the password is cyber out. So we are ready to log in. So we go to syslog server and then we go to AA accounting. So we can see for flat is a start. So which means we are already logged in. So we go to the R2 back and put the command exit, and we already log out from the R2, and then we go back to the syslog server and then go to the AA accounting. As we can see, the flag is stopped because we already log out from R2. So basically AA accounting is for safe record. For example, if a user or technician who want to try login or log out. So in this situation, we can see the record as approved if a attacker that want to log in. So it will save at this syslog. So we can truly see at this AA accounting. So session A, part 3. Discuss and share an opinion about the net flow information. So I will explain about the net flow first. So based on the lab, part 2, part 3, net flow and visualization. So now we just go to the syslog server and go to desktop and go to the net flow collector. So as we can see, this is a net flow. So at the net flow collector, we have a pi. So this is the IPv4 source address. So at pi, we have a traffic contribution. So now we must to ping from PC1, for example. So we go to the desktop and go to the command prompt and put the command ipconfig to check the IP address. So the IP address or source address is 192.168.11.18. So first we must to ping the default gateway 192.168.11.17. So the default gateway and ping it. Okay, good. Now based on the lab, we must to ping the core web server at 209.165.200.194. Okay, good. We already pinged it. So we will send a packet and reply. So is to check the network flow. So we can go to the syslog server and go to the net flow. So we can see there is different before and after. So we can see we have another one for at the pi. So we just click on the at the pi and search for the source address that we ping it. So we check again at PC1, the source address is 192.168.11.18. So we go to the syslog and search and verify the source address. So we double check at the PC1 11.18. So this is a source address for the PC1. So we go. So this is a traffic contribution. So because the traffic contribution is a little, because we just ping just once. So the IP address is 192.168.11.18. So this is the information for flow. So we can see the IPv4 destination address is a 209.165.201.3. So the interface is a G0/1, and we can see the IPv4 source mask is a /18, and the IP destination is a 0. So actually, function netflow is a will save netflow that already running and for record, and then we also can verify the netflow. For example, if a attacker try to access to this PC2, example like tracking or hacking, so on the syslog, we'll save the traffic contribution. So if the have a many attacker try to access on this PC2, so the traffic contribution will be very much. So it will be have a traffic. So it will be saved at the net flow collector. So net flow collector will be catch up the net flow and the network traffic.